guys, I'm Annabelle and welcome to Meeple Village. Today we're going to be doing a full run through of Escape the Dark Castle. So join me at the table and let's go try and escape it. Alright guys, so I have the game in front of me. I have not completed setup. I wanted to do it with you since this is the game right here. Except for these two. These dials I got from another game, from Mistborn, which I played recently on the channel. Because we have to keep track of our health. It's going to fluctuate because we can heal and we're obviously going to be taking damage, and you're supposed to keep track on a piece of paper, but I figured this would be easier for all of you to see from the top, so that's why I did that. So what do we have? So we have over here the end of our story. So 3 bosses that we might be facing, and you shuffle those, and you have 1 and the other 2 go back in the box. So that's going to be our last chapter. This is our first, or the beginning. We always start there. And then these are all the rooms, because in this game and you're going to see it in the first card, which is this one, by the way. We are going to have to go through a bunch of rooms to try to escape the castle. And so we picked those randomly out of this whole ton of cards. And if you want to see all of the game components, there is an unboxing on the channel. And again, if you didn't hear it in the unboxing, thank you to Board Game Grand for giving me this game for Christmas. I've played it a few times already, and I think I know the mechanics, and hopefully I won't forget anything. So we're gonna give it a try today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. We're going to go through 15 different scenarios, or I guess you can say they're rooms, as we try to escape the castle. And these go back in the box. So what we do is we put these, let's give them another shuffle just for good measure. And we're going to put them on top of our last card, and then this is always the first card, so that one goes on top. So these are going to be the dice that are going to be used to keep track of the combat, and you're going to see that when we start playing. And there might be some, very few, but well, I mean, from what I've seen, some calls for us to roll them for whatever reason, but these are our items, so we're going to shuffle them, and we acquire 1 item no matter how many characters you're playing with. If you're playing with more players, you still have 1 item. After a combat, you get 1 item, and you get to decide who gets to yield it or hold on to it, I guess. And then the last thing we got to do, I'm going to be playing a 2-player game. That's why I have 2 dials. I have to pick my characters. So every character, and again, if you want to take a closer look at these, you can just check out the unboxing. But every character has a, I guess, favors 1 die. So for example, the tailor right here, it tells you he's got 4 cunning results on his die, which is right here. He's a tailor. That's 2, 3 cunning and 4 cunning. So he is better, I guess. He has more chances of rolling cunning. Same for the miller. The tailor and the miller are both like cunning. Then we have the tanner and the abbot that like wisdom. That's the asterisk. And then finally the cook and the smith are might. So I guess there are fighters. So since I'm only going to be playing, so you notice that there's 3 different things. There's cunning, there's wisdom, and there's might. Since I'm only going to be playing with 2 characters, I'm going to have to, I mean, they all have it, but I'm going to have 2 that I'm better at, and then 1 that I'm not so good at. So I kind of like might. So between the cook and the smith, well, I like food, so will be the cook. Although I would think the smith, I don't know, but might be better at the weapons, but maybe not. So I'll be the cook. So I keep the cook die, and the smith is not going to be in this game, so I can get rid of it. And then the tailor or the miller will just be the tailor to have a girl. So the miller is going to go away. And from the tanner and the abbot, fine will be the abbot. I mean, I think like their skills are the same. If you look at them, they just are better at 1 of the 3, skills, I guess. Oh, actually, I'm only 2. So you know what, abbot, you're going away because I picked the cook and the tailor. So I guess we are not as proficient on wisdom. At least we don't have anybody that's really good at wisdom, but let's see if I picked this right. Actually, yes. So we're gonna have a guy that's really good at cunning, and he's okay at cunning. Then we're gonna have a guy that's really good at might and a guy that's not that great at might. And then we're gonna have the tailor be okay at wisdom, and the cook who's not that great at wisdom. And we'll see how that goes. So in this game you lose a lot, and that's okay. I might lose. I might not get you guys through all the way through to the end, but I guess less spoilers. At least you'll get a feeling of what the game feels like. So our tailor is gonna be over here with this dial, and our cook is gonna be on this side. Okay. And that's it. That's that setup. Now we're ready to start. So we're going to turn over the page, and we kind of turn it like it's a book, and we put it here. And of course, I'm going to move it a little closer so you can read along with me, but that's where it's going to end up. After 2 years of incarceration in the depth of the dark castle, you finally break free of your cell. In a small stone room adjoining the cell block stands an old wooden chest. The lock is open. Draw an item card per player now. It says now. So we get our first items, and we get to draw 2. So I'm going to just put them here, and then we get to assign them. When you get items, you can kind of trade between your characters and all of that good stuff. But you cannot exchange weapons when you're in the middle of combat or in the middle of resolving something. So what do we get? We have a stale loaf of bread, which is food. Discard to restore 2 HP to your character. And then a liquid luck potion. Discard to reroll your character die, applying only the second result. I will admit that these are not the best items. There's some weapons there that can give you advantages if you roll doubles, or can hit a little harder, or can let you even roll an extra die. We kind of got crappy items to start with, which is not great. I don't even think it matters where I go. So the tailor is going to be able to restore 2 HP, and then he's going to be able to reroll. Yeah, we're gonna have to kill some monsters to get better items. All right, back to our reading. So we had stopped right here. So you hear footsteps approaching. You must not linger here. You make for the exit, slipping away and disappearing into the darkness. Turn the first chapter card now. So our first chapter card is going to be this one. And again, let me move it closer. A series of long blades swing from the ceiling of this narrow passway. Oh, by the way, when we turn over a card, before I continue reading, because I knew the first one, it didn't matter. We were all going to get items. But before you flip over a card, you have to pick who is flipping up the card. So kind of like who's going into the room first, because that person might get affected by whatever the card says. So since she's got the 2 HP restoration thing, we'll have the tailor be the one flipping the card. I don't know. Again, our items are not the best to start with, but we'll say it's the tailor, at least for now. And they're both at 18, by the way. If you have more characters, you start with lower HP, but at a 1 or 2 player count, or character count, you start at 18 HP. A series of long blades swing. Yeah, we know. So the stuff is swinging from the ceiling. You study the pattern of their movement and prepare to dash through to the other side. In unison, all players must roll their character die along with 1 chapter die 3 times. Each time a player's character die matches the chapter die they rolled, they are caught by the blades and lose 2 HP. If a player rolls a double on any of these rolls, on any of the 3 rolls, they survive that roll without taking damage. So I know it says in unison, so every player is going to be doing this simultaneously. It's just me, so we start with the tailor. She's got to roll her die and one of the chapter die. And if the symbols match, right, they take 2 damage. Am I right? Each time a player's character die matches the chapter die they roll, they are caught by the blades and lose 2 HP. So I have to do it 3 times, I think. Yes. Okay, so here goes number 1. And that's the first damage. Okay. We're off to a great start, but of course I got my healing thing, but I can't use it until we resolve this card. Okay, the second time I'm okay. I didn't match it. And the third time I actually rolled the doubles, and then it didn't match anyway, so I'm okay. I lost 2 HP. And then we're going to actually do the same thing for the cook. And he's okay. He rolled a double, plus he didn't match. And he rolled a double, so it's okay, even though they match. And now they didn't match, so he's good. Okay, so we're finished with that, and there is no time like the present, so I will use my bread and I'll put it on the discard pile to go back to 18 health. And now that they're on even grounds, I again have to pick, because we're going to get a new card that we're done with this one, and I have to pick somebody. So I guess we'll pick him because he can discard to re-roll your character die, applying only the second result. So the cook is going to go for the second room, and the second room is going to be this lovely guy. A haggard old woman appears out of nowhere and offers to read your fortune. Something in her eyes speaks of a greater power. You feel it is wise to comply. Each player must individually declare a trait and then try to roll it in one attempt. For each player, if you succeed, you may gain 1 HP or draw an item card, and if you fail, the witch steals part of your soul. You lose 1 HP. Okay, so let's do it. First, we'll start with the cook since he was here first. So, I mean, it would make sense to me that because the cook is good at might, I should go for might because he does have more chances of rolling that. Of course, we might fail, but might it is. And he failed, so he loses 1 HP. And it didn't say that if we rolled doubles, we didn't lose the HP, so I will assume that we do. And then, of course, she's good at cunning, so she's going to go for cunning, and I might fail again. But I didn't. She actually did get the cunning. She got the one with her name on it. So she's good. So we have the tailor at full health, and then the cook at 17. So because she is at full health, actually... wait a second. She did, so she does get something. She was successful. He was not, but she gets to draw an item or heal, but she doesn't need to heal. So, well, we get a sword, a decayed blade. It says once per round of combat, when you roll wisdom, you may roll again and choose which of the 2 results to apply. Of course, we're not great at wisdom, so yeah, there's only like, well, actually she has 3 chances like of rolling wisdom as opposed to him who only has 1. So I guess it's better for her to have that. All right, so now we're going again. So because she's got her sword, I'm going to say that the tailor is going to take the next room. Let's see what she gets. And it's actually a combat, so maybe that was a good choice. Let's read it and see what it says. You hear a scream from behind and turn around too late to avoid the clutches of a lurching ghoul. As a group, choose one option. Flee, you get away, but you lose 2 HP, shaking off the ghoul, or fight, begin combat. And the combat special, so a special rule for this combat is you are so fear-struck that any wisdom you roll this chapter has no effect. I guess it has no effect for like her weapon, because the weapon does say that if you roll wisdom, then an effect happens. So I'm going to guess that that's... The instructions do not go into these cards in detail at all. So these decisions you kind of have to make on your own. But in any case, so in order to defeat this guy who's going to be hitting us for 2 every time we fail to not defeat him during a round, and you'll see that in a second, we have to do wisdom damage, and we have to roll 2 die out of the chapter die, and whatever symbols we get there, that's what we're going to need to beat him. So let's roll those 2. All right, so we're getting another wisdom and cunning. So, and then he gets a wisdom of his own. That's that first symbol, and then the dice that we roll. Okay, so combat, perfect. We're gonna we could have gotten away and just lose 2 HP, but I kind of wanted to show you combat. I don't know if there's gonna be any more combat cards. I mean, I'm pretty sure there might be, but we started with no combat. This is our first combat card. So. What we do in combat is we roll, both players roll simultaneously, both characters, and if we get to match the symbol, like if she had rolled that, then we get to take away one of his symbols that matches, that's, you know, we're not going to beat him the first time because there's going to be at least 1 symbol left. If we roll perfectly, let's say if we rolled like that, we would be able to take the eye because she rolled the eye, and the wisdom because he rolled the wisdom. But then we would go to the end of the round and we will everybody that participated in the combat loses the 2 HP. Now you could at the beginning of combat declare that you're resting, and instead of rolling your die, you just you don't get attacked, so you don't suffer the damage from the monster, and you get to heal 1 HP. And you can rest for multiple rounds of combat, but of course you're not helping if you're resting, so because you don't get to roll your die. So for now, because we're still pretty good, I'm going to say that both of them are going to engage in combat. So I'm going to have who did the card? I think it was Taylor. So I'm going to have the Taylor roll first. You're supposed to do it simultaneously, but I'm going to lose track of whose die it is unless we roll with their name on it. Okay, so she's got a cunning. She likes those cunning sides, so I'll just leave it here. Let's roll for the Taylor. And he actually rolled the wisdom, okay? So kind of exactly what I just told you. So now that everybody's rolled, we assign and we try to match the symbols. So she rolled the cunning, so he loses a cunning, and then he rolled the wisdom, so he loses a wisdom, and that's all they rolled. So now we take damage. So everybody's gonna suffer 2 damage. 1, 2, and he's down to 15. Okay, so we go to the second round of combat because we continue doing this until either we defeat him or one of us is dead, and then we lose. Since he's only at 15, I'm going to let him rest for this round and just go up to 16 health, and I'm going to have her fight on her own. All we need is a wisdom. Hopefully she can get it. And she didn't get it, but what she did got was double cunning with, you'll notice a shield symbol around it. So what happens is, even though she didn't match the symbol, at the end of the round, because she has the shield, she defends against the damage. So she's not going to take any damage. So he's still around, but nobody suffered damage because he was resting, and she's protected with that shield. So we go to a third round of combat where I can do this again and I can see who wants to participate in the fight. Now they're both at 16, so I'm going to say let's both do it, and let's see if one of them can roll wisdom. So I'll have the Taylor, and she didn't. And he didn't either, he got cunning. However, because he got the shield, he's not going to get attacked. But she will, so she's down to 14 health, so not good. And we enter the fourth round of combat where I'm going to have her rest and just go up to 15 and see if he can roll a wisdom to say, although he only has 1 chance. Can he do it? I don't know. And actually he did do it. Oh my goodness, that's 1 out of 6 chances. So because he got the wisdom and we removed this, he does not attack us because he's already dead. So we don't suffer the 2 damage that he would have suffered, because even though he did roll the wisdom, he didn't roll the shield. But the last round of combat, once you remove all the dice, he doesn't attack. So what is our reward? An item. 1 item. Doesn't matter how many people are engaged in the fight, you only get 1 item. Very cheap. All right, and what do we get? Oh, we get another weapon, a cracked axe. In combat, roll a chapter die along with your character die each time you attack. Apply both results. Ooh, yeah, I like this weapon. More die, more chances. And by the way, you can only have 2 things, 2 items. It's the manual says pretty much it's like you have 1 in each hand. I guess these guys don't have any pockets, but sure. So now we both have weapons. I feel a little bit more prepared. We're still kind of like okay in HP, but I look how many cards we've got left. So we're going to have to pick somebody, and I'm going to pick the cook this time to enter our next room, and it's another combat, and I can tell because of the symbols down here. So let's see about this nice little, looks like a spider maybe. The chamber is flanked by caves and littered with gnawed bones. A guttural growl rings out as something emerges. As a group, choose 1 option and begin combat. So we can take the beast head on, which we will have less symbols, but they hit for 3. Or you can use hit and run tactics, and we would have to hit all of that plus 3. So I think even though she's going to hit us harder, it'll be easier to beat if we just go for the first one. So we'll attempt it. I mean, I think with our weapons, maybe we have a chance. He's rolling 2 dice, and if she rolls wisdom, she can re-roll, because I don't know if we're going to need wisdom. So, oh, there's 2 of us, so we're going to roll 2 to see what, did I roll 3 last time? Because I've been playing with 3 characters, because the manual says that you have better chances of winning the game if you have like a like everybody has different abilities, like are better at a different skill. So I was usually playing with 3 characters. I would have one that was good at cunning, one that was good at might, and one that was good at wisdom. So I might have done that wrong last time. I hope not. But it's only 2, because there's only 2 characters. All right, and we get cunning and might, which is kind of what we're good at. So I feel better. Now, should we send somebody to rest while the other one fights? Well, since he's rolling 2, I think I will. I'm gonna, because in this game, if you don't heal, it's hard to heal. So I'm gonna have him go by himself, at least for the first round. Let's see if he can roll what's needed. Okay, he's got a wisdom and he's got a cunning. So with these results, but I could discard and re-roll. But do I want to right now? I think I'm just going to go with this for now and save that for when I really need it. Although I am going to get an item, but she can hold 1 more item. And the wisdom that he rolled does absolutely nothing. And then he attacks, and he's attacking us for 3. Ouch. 1, 2, 3. Maybe I should have re-rolled. All right, so this time around, he's going to rest. Oh, wait. The one thing that's left is might, and she's really bad at might. But if she gets the wisdom, I can re-roll, because he really does need to heal. So I think we're going to try. We're going to go for the girls. So, and the game doesn't tell us to put the die here. I just like to remember that he's resting so that I don't damage him when the spider, whatever animal that is, attacks. All right, so with just 1 die, can we do it? And the answer is no, we cannot. Actually, yes, we can. That is what we needed. I was looking for wisdom so I could re-roll. What am I talking about? That's perfect. That's exactly what we needed. So no more hurt. We are at 16 and 14. I did heal him, right? I think so. Okay. So we move on to the next one. Oh, we do get an item. So what do we get this time? We get a rune. Whenever you roll a double, you may change it to any single. If you do, the double does not apply. So I think that's great if we only have like 1 thing left, but the double protects us from getting hurt. So we'll see. And this is whenever. So this could happen multiple times in a battle, as opposed to this is only once per round. And yeah, discard, and this one is a discard. So you have to be aware of those. Okay, so who wants to go? Well, I guess she's healthier, so we'll go with her. So the tailor is going to go into the next room. Oh, okay, another combat. Where there was once flesh and fur, the bones of this skeletal beast now crackle with the menacing power of dark magic. Begin combat. And here's the combat special. Whenever you would remove a chapter die by hitting this enemy, roll it instead. If the result is wisdom, do not remove it. Put it back wisdom side up. Ooh, our favorite, wisdom. We don't like wisdom. And he's going to have wisdom plus cunning plus another 2. And, oh my gosh, it's more wisdom. Okay, well, we'll try it. All right. Now I'm thinking maybe I should have gone for the wisdom guy. So, alrighty. So, he's at 14, she's at 16. He hits for 2. I think for now I'm going to have both of them go. We'll start with the tailor since she was first. So let me leave this here. And again, they're doing this simultaneously. Okay, she got a cunning, which we need, so it's okay. And he got a wisdom and a cunning, okay. All right, so remember, whenever we would remove a chapter die, we roll it instead. So let's roll the wisdom. Do we get another wisdom? We don't, so we do remove it. And then, let's see, we get a wisdom. We don't. Okay, so we do remove it. Okay, so we're down to 2. But of course, he's hurting us both for 2. So this guy's at 12. And she is, whoops, at 14. Okay, so I think our 12th guy is gonna rest now. And it'll just be her, which she's gonna get hurt unless she rolls the shield. But he's got to rest. So let me heal him up to 13. And she's got wisdom, which, you know, we need. So we do have to roll it and see. And it's a wisdom, so we didn't do anything. So we put it back as wisdom, and she just goes down to 12. Okie dokes. So this time I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to have him attack, and I'm going to have her rest. So she can go up to 13, and he's rolling 2. Okay, a wisdom and cunning. So we remove 1. Well, let's see. Let's re-roll it. Okay, we're good. Down to 1, but of course he does get hurt, so he's down to 11. So it doesn't matter how fast I heal, they always get me faster. And then 11 and 13, so I guess he will rest and heal up to 12, and she's gonna try to hit that wisdom. And she didn't, but it's a shield, so I mean nobody gets hurt, and we got one more round. So he's gonna stay and heal, and hopefully she'll roll either the shield or that wisdom. And yeah, she got the wisdom. All right, very good. So this time we have to roll it, and we got it back. Okay, we got it back. You know, there's I guess that because he's still alive, he does hurt us for 11, which now she's gonna heal and go up to 12. Actually, she could have re-rolled, but what for? She got what she wanted. Okay. And he's going to go, I keep forgetting their power. So not his power. I remember his power very well. Oh my gosh, we got 2 wisdom, not just 1. But of course, no shields. So let's re-roll this one. And this time we're good. Okay, so he doesn't get that last boo-boo he doesn't get. And we'll put this back. I think they were like that. And that's that. So we do get an item, which, you know, it does say that you can use items when you get a new item and you don't have any room, but well, there's nothing really to use. So we get a potion. This is whenever you would lose HP, discard this item to lose none. Ooh, that's pretty good. Well, I think I want to get rid of this rune, because whenever you roll a double, you may change it to a single. I probably will not do that to any single. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I guess we'll keep this one so that we don't lose any HP. And since she's got protection from losing HP, let's have her go, even though she has lower HP than him. Okay, so that is not a combat. Let's see what this is all about. You're knocked unconscious and dragged down a side passage. You awake strapped to a table where a man in a filthy apron is scraping rust from a jagged blade. You are to be a test subject for the castle's torturer. Well, sounds like fun. You must endure the pain until your absence is noticed and you are rescued. Roll your character die 5 times. For each roll that is not might or a double, you lose 1 HP. We can lose 5 HP here, and it's 1 by 1, so our item is not going to help us. All right, here comes the pain. That's 1, and that's 1 HP lost. That's 2. That's a shield, okay. That's our 4th one. That's another. That's 3, and our last one. So 4 HP lost. So we're down to 8 health. I guess I could prevent 1, but is that good? Well, being that we're so low in health, we'll have the cook go to the next room. And it's not a combat, it's a guy with a sword and a lot of reading. Several armed figures spring from the shadows and attack. You become separated and each player must fight alone. Maybe it is combat, it does have damage here. Roll a chapter die in front of each player to represent the muggers attacking them. However, the muggers want your items. Players carrying 2 items roll 2 chapter dice instead of 1. Great, we both have 2 items. Begin combat, combat special. Each time a player would take damage from a mugger, they may avoid it by discarding an item. No player can rest until the muggers attacking them are defeated. They may then either rest or help another player defeat theirs. A player aiding another takes damage as normal and must declare who they are attacking before they roll. Well, like I said, I've played the game. I haven't won that many times. So everybody's getting 2 muggers. We'll give these to our girl that opened the door. And there we go. Oh, wisdom, our favorite. Give these to him. Okay, and everybody's fighting on their own. So this is his die, but let's start with her since she was the one that opened the door. No, I think it was him. So it doesn't really matter. We have to do it simultaneously. Okay, so we got a shield. That's good. So unfortunately, nothing matches. Actually, yeah, this matches. So this goes away and we do not get hurt. I guess we'll go for one round of combat with her. All right, she got a shield. Why is she getting... That is the tailor. Oh, I guess her shield is wisdom. Okay. I thought she was better at cunning. I would have expected her... Oh, she does have a cunning shield. Okay, so she doesn't stop, but at least she doesn't get hurt. And we can rest. We go to second round of combat. All right, he got it. He got the wisdom. So he's able to defeat the mugger, by the way. Oh, they both got shields. They didn't get hurt. Okay. This is the same round, so she doesn't get any help right now. And she got wisdom, which of course doesn't match. However, once per round of combat, when you roll wisdom, you may roll again and choose which of the two results to apply. So we're going to roll again. And we get wisdom again. Okay, well. Now, she is getting hurt. Now, she could discard one of her items to avoid the damage. It's just 1 damage, but she is so low. Does she want to discard her thing that lets her discard so she doesn't lose damage? I guess. Okay, so she's out because we're going to get an item when we defeat these guys. See, again, the book is not clear. The manual is not clear. If he's defeated one, does he get an item? Or do we just get one item at the end of the card kind of situation? So I'm not sure if maybe I'm cheating in the books, like in the bad guy's favor. But anyways, so now I could either rest or help. I think I'm going to help. At least this first time. All right, and we do get a shield, so we're not going to get affected. But not only that, we also beat them. So no matter what she rolls, which was a shield, so good. But we did get them. So, okay, and now we can get an item and we have room to put it. And it's another weapon. Once per round of combat, when you roll might, you may roll again and choose which of the two results to apply. Okay, so now whether she rolls wisdom or might, she gets to re-roll and pick what result she wants. So, alrighty. And I guess because of that, she's so low in health though, so no. Let's have the cook turn the next card over. Ay, ay, ay. From the darkness ahead, an arrow whistles past your ear. Before you can react, another buries itself into your shoulder and you slump against the wall in agony. You lose 2 HP. Well, I'm glad I picked the cook then. Cautiously creeping along the passage, you find a man's body riddled with arrows. There is no sign of the attackers, so you check to see if he was carrying anything of value. Draw an item. And we draw a liquid luck, which we already have. So basically I lost 2 HP and I got an item that I already have. So, and I can only carry 2 items. Oh, my hair. So we're going to discard it because we can't fit it. And I'm down to 11. All right, but I'm still better than her. So let's have the cook go again. And that's a combat. At the end of this passage is an old stone well. As you reach in to test the water, it thrashes into a violent torrent. You have disturbed a malevolent spirit. Begin combat. Special. You are incapacitated for the first round of combat, during which you do not fight and you may not rest, but you still take damage as normal. You recover at the beginning of the second round. So I can't help. All right. And it's cunning, wisdom, our favorite, and then 2 more. And the 2 more is might and wisdom. Okay. And then we've got cunning and we've got another wisdom. And she's all alone fighting with 1 die. This might be where we die. But, I mean, the good thing is, see what I did, that die. The good thing is she's got her weapons. So let's see. All right, so she got 2 cunnings. And since it's a shield, I don't think I'm going to reroll it. Actually, I can't because it's either wisdom or might. I cannot reroll cunning. So we'll just take that out, and she's not taking any damage. He is, however, taking damage because even though he wasn't participating, he still took the damage. All right. I think she's at 8. He's at 9. He's at 9, not at 19. What am I talking? We didn't even start at 19. Started at 18. All right, so I'm gonna have her rest, go up to 9, and he's gonna have to take a little bit of damage. He is rolling, however, with this. Okay, we had technical difficulties. One of my cameras stopped working, and now I can't go back because I don't know where I was when it stopped working, but I'll catch you guys up. So we defeated these guys. We got another item for doing that, and it was another liquid potion, so I got rid of it. And I had promised you guys that I was going to start using my liquid potion because they're everywhere. She's at 8, he's at 9. I think he rested, and then she got a shield and gave him another chance to rest, but then at the end she got hurt but killed him with the wisdom. Sorry about that. We just have to keep going where we are. We are all either going to die soon. We still have a few more to go. I don't know if we're going to make it. But the next one, oh, who's going to do it? The cook is at 9, so we'll have the cook do it. So, okay, it's a bell. You ascend a narrow spiral staircase emerging onto a wind-swept bell tower. As you cross the tower, the bell swings into life, its dreary peal shaking your very bones. Any player who cannot roll wisdom or a double in one attempt loses 2 HP as the sound begins to drive them insane. Well, you know how much we like wisdom. We don't. Okay. So since the cook was the one that got here first, we'll try to roll either a double or a wisdom. And we don't, so we lose 2 HP. So cook is down to 7 health. Actually, let's re-roll because I said I was going to use my liquid, and it doesn't say it has to be either in combat. It just says discard to re-roll your character die, applying only the second result. So come on, second result. Okay, nothing. All right, so he does lose the 2 HP and goes down to 7, but he's carrying one less thing now. And then for her, also nothing. Okay, but this is in combat. So, and this is not a combat. So she's down to 6. Very nice. All right. Well, I mean, not very nice, but it's what it is. All right, cook. Let's see what we got next. Oh, combat. Okay, he looks great. With a piercing wail, a hideous creature emerges from the darkness ahead. It drools at the sight of you. As a group, choose one option, then begin combat. Surround the beast and attack from all sides, which of course is going to be easier, but it's going to hit us more, or stay together and fight on the move. But this is a lot of wisdom, and we don't like wisdom, so I think we're just going to go for it. It's all in. And if we die trying. So it's a might, and then we roll 2. And of course we get a wisdom, because why wouldn't we? So, and we get an extra might, because there was a might and then the 2 that we rolled. Alrighty, so I guess we're all going to go. We're both pretty beat down. So unless I want to try and heal her, but he can't do 3. We're just both gonna go. Okay, so the cook was here first, so it doesn't really matter, but we'll roll for him first. Oof, okay. And then she's gonna roll. And she gets might. Let's see. We do need might. I could re-roll for her. I wish I could re-roll that cunning, but I can't. So we lose a 2 might because everybody rolled might, but everybody's getting hurt for 3, so she's down to 3 health. Alrighty, and he's down to 4 health. Okay, all right, and then we're gonna have her heal, and he's gonna attempt a wisdom. That's probably a really bad idea, but he is rolling 2, so let's try it. Oh my gosh, he got it. Okay. So we're surviving somehow. And we do get an item, and he can carry one, and we got a apple, which is partially rotten, but not all the way. Discard to restore 1 HP to your character. Well, again, there's no time like the present, so he'll go up to 5. And then because he's at 5, go for him. And another nice combat. You emerge into a small sandy arena. In the center, a woman far taller and more muscular than yourself raises her well-worn blade and calls out, "Challengers, prepare to die." Yeah, we're kind of ready to die. We're almost there. Begin combat. Combat special. Before each round of combat, nominate one player to fight the arena champion. Only that player rolls and only that player takes damage. You must fight in the first round. Players may not rest. Oh, may not rest? Oh, that's great. All right, so a bunch of stuff plus 2 more. So let's roll for the 2 more and then 1 of each. I mean, luckily she only does 1 damage. And of course we get wisdom. All right, and then it's 1 of each. So a might, a cunning, and another wisdom. And I like to put them together just to keep track. So he has to fight. She's not going to get hurt this round. He does have an extra die. Okay. So we get a wisdom and a cunning out of the way. I mean, since there's 1 of each, we knew we were going to hit with something. But he does get hurt for 1. Okay. And then we can rest. I think, though, he's rolling 2, but she gets to reroll. I'm going to go 1 more time with him to see if we can get rid of 2, and then she can just hopefully find the right thing. So 1 more time with him. Okay. Wisdom and might. So that's not bad because we kind of needed that. All right. And now all we need is a cunning, which if she rolls either wisdom or might, she can re-roll. So there's no way she can fail, I don't think. Okay, so she got a cunning. And actually, that's what we needed. So we don't need to even think about re-rolling. And we do get an item. And it's liquid luck. Of course it is. So this is like the 5th liquid luck we've gotten. Discard to reroll your character die. All right. 4 and 4. Who wants to go for it? Let's have the lady go. Why not? He's been going for a while. Okay. Let's see what it is. You stumble upon a recently vacated guard room. A pot of steaming broth simmers on the stove and a fire still smolders in the grate. You hear the sound of angry voices and footsteps heading your way. You grab what you can before slipping away into the darkness beyond. Draw an item card. Oh my gosh, a card that's actually good. Like, just goodness. I love it. All right, so of course we're all full of items, but since we're getting a new item, we can rearrange. This card to restore 2 HP to your character. Unfortunately, I don't think we can just say, oh, we have to equip it. So I'm getting rid of the liquid luck, and then I'm getting rid of the stole bread so I can go up to 6 and be the one to open the door this time around. Somehow we're getting there. We only have, oh my gosh, we might get to the, I don't know. Let's see. Actually, yes, because this is another good one. You pass through a chamber which serves as a cesspit below the castle privies. Privies? As you pick the bathrooms. As you pick your way through the filth, something unusual catches your eye. Draw an item card. That's why all the swords are like rotten and the apples are rotten and the swords are rusted, because look where we find stuff. Nobody keeps maintains this castle. There's no. I mean, I am the cook. I'm guessing that maybe they also imprison the maid. All right, and for our item, we get an elixir of insight. Discard before any round of combat to change any chapter die to show a trait of your choice. Okay. And he's the only one that can carry it, so I'll give it to him. 6 and 4. I guess the cook will go for the last room before our, our end. If we can, I don't know if we'll be able to defeat it. A lot of times I don't get this far. So guys, we're not doing that bad. So what is this? Your boot catches a tripwire, releasing a shower of acid from above. All players must try to roll cunning in 1 attempt. For each player, if you succeed, you've dodged the trap, but failure, the acid splash begins to sizzle and smoke, burning through an item you're carrying. Discard 1 item. If you have 2, shuffle them face down and discard 1 at random. If you have none, lose 1 HP as the acid sears your flesh. So we need to get a cunning. This is the last one. We might not win, but we might at least get to see the card because it's only 1 HP that we're losing. So, all right, let's see if we can get a cunning with the cook who opened the door. And we get 2 cunnings, so he's good. And then the tailor is going to try to get a cunning. but she doesn't. She gets a wisdom, and this is not combat. So let's see. I can get rid of one of the items. I mean, I have to, right? So it's at random. So which, it's too bad because I like the flexibility that I knew she could usually reroll. She gets rid of her sword, which was the one that let her reroll wisdom, which, you know, wisdom. But I guess this is rerolling might, which is like, when is she ever going to get might? But we did it, guys. We did get to the last room. I was afraid we weren't going to, and I would have shown you anyways, just so you see it. So this one says, do not read until you have completed the last chapter card. This is it. You have reached the final challenge. One last obstacle stands between you and freedom. Turn over now. But of course, we're at 4 health and 6 health. So, all right. So what is our last challenge? Here it comes. It's one of 3. Oh, look at her. The demented priestess. You cannot harm me. Behold the devotion of my followers. The priestess is protected by her possessed underlings. The row of chapter dice showing might. All of these dice must be removed before you're able to attack the priestess herself. The dice behind the row of might. Begin combat. And we get hurt 3. I don't think there's any way we're going to make this, but let's try. Okay, so we have to get through her minions, which are 3 might. And then for her, it's a wisdom, which, you know, we love wisdom. And then 2 more. Just roll them up here. Another wisdom and another might. Okay. Very mighty, this lady. Okay. 6 and 4. I think for the first round, we're both going to go for it. Because, I mean, she'll go down to 1, though. That is dangerous. But I have no way of, you know, healing her anyways. All right, so let's go. Mr. Cook. Okay, he didn't do much. I could reroll this one, but that's saving me from getting hurt. So oh my gosh, we need might. And I have a good chance of doing might. Okay, fine. Oh, actually, this is not the luck one. I have insight, so I have to do it before combat, so I can't. Okay, so never mind. I'll use it next round. And she gets a shield at least. Okay, so basically nothing happened because I was not smart and I didn't read my elixir of insight. Discard before any round of combat to change any chapter die to show a trait of your choice. Chapter die. That's this one. Okay, perfect. So we'll change that to might. And then I'm going to go, and she's going to go too. Oh, another might. Okay, that's better. That's better. And what about you? Can you get a might? You got a wisdom. However, once per round, she still has her... Oh, no, it's the might one. Okay, so never mind. All right. If it was might, she could re-roll it. Okay, so he's getting rid of 2 minions. But then everybody's getting hurt for 3. So she's down to 1. And he's down to 3. All right. And I might as well go with everybody, right? Or I could have her heal. I guess we'll have her heal. I don't know if this is smart. And we'll just attack with him. Well, let's see. Yeah, there's nothing. He doesn't have any items. So he did get the last minion. But then, oh, and he did, now that the minions are gone, I'm hoping that this is right. But he still gets hurt 3, so he dies. But he took at least a third of her health before he died. And when one of your character dies, that's it. You lose the game. It's not like you can finish it with her. I wish we could, because she might have had a chance. I mean, that's just for fun. Okay, no. He would have died. She would have died too. So, yeah, because she can re-roll might, and that's cunning. Anyways, I mean, we made it to almost to the end. I hope you guys enjoyed it, but that's the escape from the castle game. Well, guys, so you have it. That was a full run through of Escape the White Castle. We didn't make it, but we almost did. Thank you again to Board Game Grand for getting me the game for Christmas. The only thing I wish is that they had actually come up with something to keep track of health, because keeping track of health in a little with paper and pencil is it's just not, doesn't, it takes you away because you have to keep, because you see that you lose health a lot and sometimes you regain it. So to be using a piece of paper is not the most ideal. But other than that, the game is a fun little game. You kind of know going in there that you're probably not going to make it out of prison. You know, nobody said escaping from prison was going to be easy. But it is a fun little game that you just, hey, it's just luck based, you know. So if you like rolling dice like I do, well, this might be a game you might want to try out. It plays pretty quickly, I think, today because I was talking to you and, you know, once, I guess, it depends. Sometimes you lose like right away. So today we made it all the way to the end. So you have an idea of how long it would be if you do get to the boss, I guess, at the end of the game. But hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe to Meeple Village if you haven't done so already, and to follow us on Instagram. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, may you play more games.